We're in our Christmas shack. We've got a roaring fire going. We're not in a shack. There's no roaring fire. Ofcom. We can't lie to you. But just imagine there is a shack and a fire, and we're exchanging gifts, because that's the tradition.
I tell you what
Christmas.
there really is, and that's champagne. The champagne is not fake.
The champagne is very good. What
real.
would you say, 2/3 of the way through the bottle?
Yeah.
And Adam's decided to open a can of lager. That's like, I don't know what that's like, but
Is
it's
this,
like putting ketchup all over a cordon bleu meal.
James, our producer, is this actually against the rules? I mean, presumably, drinking at work, you're not supposed to, are you? Is it?
In moderation.
If you're a presenter.
It's Christmas, and one of the rules of Christmas is that you are allowed to drink a little bit in the morning. That's why I'm having a lovely little modest fruity toot of champagne, and Adam's having an old stinky can of lager like a wino outside the train station. But listen, present time.
Oh, yes.
I think it's your turn to give me one. Adam's already given me an old copy of Sky magazine from '88. I gave him a magic trick that he's still rehearsing, and now here is definitely a book-shaped present from Adam. It's a paper book. I can feel that. It's wrapped in the sports pages of the Telegraph. To the future, we sent him back home, but would be angry if Liverpool's kept him. I'm getting
He's reading the wrapping paper
distracted by the wrapping paper.
It's probably the best bit.
Oh. Well, I very nearly bought you this.
Did you?
It's Gary Barlow's autobiography called My Take.
This is the bit where Gary's talking about the fact that he's got into trouble doing an interview with The Sun, where they've misquoted him, and they've taken some comments he made about drugs and they've made it look as if he's been binging on coke. But he's furious because he thinks that Robbie Williams has been saying things like this for ages.
Read it out.
And everyone loves him for it. Here, you can read it out. But as soon as Gary starts talking about drugs, he's like a mess, right? But he just cannot. The whole book is peppered with references to the fact that he's just really very jealous of Robbie.
The press loved Robbie for his frailties. In September '88, Let Me Entertain You entered the charts at number 3, while Life Through a Lens stayed in the charts for the whole of '98. And yet, despite this success, Robbie continued to be seen as the troubled artist. People love that, especially here in the UK, and his greatest weakness became the most attractive thing about him, and a big strength. Does he talk like that?
Exactly like it was weird. When you were doing it, it gave me chills.
It was hard at that point not to wonder if Robbie was hyping up his drugs problem, because I'd seen so little evidence of it when we were in the band. Sorry, int band. If that makes Robbie sound manipulative, well, he is.
Well, he is.
He is manipulative.
To the extent that Barlow thinks that he would be faking a drug problem. That's not a theory I'd ever heard before.
I love Barlow.
I
I love him. He's so sensitive.
Elsewhere, he complains.
I'm a bit drunk, so minor emotions are being amplified.
Right.
I love him. He's
Absolutely
amazing. I love him.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the fact that he got so depressed when the band broke up that he didn't go to bed for a year or something. I want to be that depressed. Imagine being able to go to bed for a year.
Like Brian Wilson.
Oh, I'd like to do that.
People would think you were a heroic loser. But, he had the last laugh, though, didn't he, Barlow?
He did, because now he's...
a dosser?
No, now he's a very successful songwriter. He won the Ivor Novello Award.
Did he?
Which is only received by the greatest songwriters in the nation, such as Daniel Bedingfield. We'll probably get it for one of our Song Wars songs. This is Adam and Joe on BBC Six Music, coming to you from our Christmas shack. We've been exchanging gifts, and I just gave Adam one of the most extraordinary and exciting things I think I've ever given him.
This is a double CD entitled The Psychic Adventures of Derek Acora. Now, if you don't know about television or Derek Acora, let me tell you that he is the host of TV's Most Haunted.
Well, come on, I think Yvette is the host.
I suppose she is.
He is
host.
the practising psychic. He's Britain's most psychic man.
Now, may I make an admission to you? I've never watched a whole episode of Most Haunted.
Nobody has. I hear. It's too scary.
And so I'm not that familiar. All I understand about Acora, tell me if I'm wrong, is that he wanders through these houses in the darkness, and he occasionally channels the spirits.
Occasionally? They're bombarded with spirits.
Right.
There's more ghost activity in one episode of Most Haunted than there is in the entire literature of hauntings.
And when a spirit wafts up Derek's bottom area and out through his mouth, he will use a new voice to express the...
Well, he's a medium.
Right.
So he's channeling.
But I'm asking you,
spirits.
does his
That's
voice
his
change
gift.
and stuff when he
You're
channels?
so cynical.
I'm not cynical,
I think
I'm asking.
it's sad that you have such cynicism. I mean, when you die and can't quite manage to go through to the light...
I'll be tapping on Akora's buttocks.
You'll be desperately hammering on
chance? I've got a couple of things to say, Mr. Akora. Is there any chance?
No, you did not believe.
Oh, but please, I won't be a second.
No,
Just pop up there for a second.
Now, listeners, I should let you know that during one of the records earlier, Adam turned to me with quite a serious face. Can I hold it, please?
Sure.
And said to me, hey, man, listen, I do actually want this one back, okay?
I didn't
and
say
to
it like
me, you did. And to me, that violates the fundamental... Not just to me, I think to everybody. That will violate the meaning of present. Gift. It's not returnable. It's not on a piece of elastic. It's a gift. You give it to me.
I'm just saying, it would be nice if you did. You don't have to.
If this was just sort of a fake gift, that would call into question the authenticity of our entire programme.
I found it very hard to buy gifts for you. I spent over 2 hours trying to do so.
What do you get the man who's got everything?
Exactly. What do you get? A bucket. But I knew you already had a bucket, so instead I got you...
Now, seeing as Adam said that, I thought that maybe it might be, an iPhone or something of value, but it's not. The thing that he so desperately wants back is a small yellow book called Top Tips for Girls. Real advice from real women for real life.
Shall I tell you why I want it back?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking of giving it to my wife.
Will this be her main present?
Yes.
Wow, it says crammed with invaluable advice that you and your girlfriends will love in Style magazine.
Because here's the thing, right? I flicked through it.
Yeah.
Some of the tips are funny, which is why I thought maybe it would be good for the radio.
Good.
But some of the other tips are just good.
Just useful.
Joe's just scanning the book now. You see, this is why I prefaced the whole giving of it to him with the notion that maybe he might give it back, because already I can see from his face he loves it.
Okay, how to be good in bed. Show some initiative. Take the lead. That's how to be good at breakfast in bed.
That's true, though. Think about it. Be hungry for it. But what you want, right, when you're in the...
What if you're not hungry for it?
Well, then you're no good, man. Then stay away from it. Mm-hmm. But to be in the loving zone, right?
What if you're just peckish?
Peckish is different.
Quick nibble.
You just have some hors d'oeuvres. But that's a different thing. If you're going for the full...
All right.
The main
Listen,
course.
there's 10 of these. Number 2, don't wait for him to tell you what to do. Trial and error, experiment. These could be applied to anything in life.
Yeah. Make
some sound.
Brilliant.
Ooh! Hey! That kind of thing. All right, maybe not. Don't. Number 4 is the correction to that. Don't scream like a porn star unless that's what comes naturally. 5, make sure your sheets are clean. 6, can't say that. 7, ask him for what you want. Can I go to sleep, please?
Could you leave me alone,
please? Go away. I'm trying to watch the repeat of Quincy. 8, let yourself go. Number 9, can't say that. Number 10, vary what you're doing. Yeah. Enough making love. Let's mow the lawn. Is that what they mean?
Yes, it is.
There we go. That's a brilliant book, and you're not having it back.
Oh, please.
No. Get yourself your own one, you type.
Listen,
anti-Christmas,
Joe,
anti-Santa.
Listen, I would have got 2 copies. They only had the 1 copy.
That's like Santa Claus coming down the chimney, giving you a V sign and going back up again.
It's not. It's like Santa Claus coming down and explaining that he needs the present for his wife.
Look, I've got to go into every chimney in the world, and I'm running out of little books of tips.
Look, my friend, ho, ho, ho. The thing is that Merry Christmas is a very hard woman to buy presents for. And so, if I give you the top tips for girls, which I know you're going to have fun with for a bit...
Santa would never say this or do this.
He would.
He's broke the cardinal rule. He's a mysterious figure. He never talks to people.
Oh, please. I'm finding it very difficult to buy presents for Mary, and I would really like the book back. Is there any chance?
Take your book back, but I'm going to throw it at you.
Oh, please.
That's your punishment. I'm going to throw it at you. Come on. Either I keep it or I throw it at you.
Throw it at my thighs, then. Because I might get the corner of it. I might get the corner. Ow! You threw it at my shoulder.
Of course I did. Take it back.